Hi everyone. Since you're at home because of the snow this morning, I thought I would make this little lesson to review information questions that we have been working on for the past 2 weeks. This is what we call a flipped lesson. I talked to you a little bit about this in class. So the idea is that you watch the lesson at home, and of course you can watch it as many times as you want. And then when you come to school tomorrow, you will be prepared to do the homework, but in this case you'll do the homework in class with me. So let's get started. This is about how to make information questions, both types of questions, questions about the object and questions about the subject. So, quick review. Questions about the object also have the same form as questions about the time or the place or the method or the reason. So here are some typical examples. When did she get a raise? Of course, it's about the time. And you can see that we have our standard order: question word first, followed by the auxiliary, followed by the subject, and followed by the verb. Okay, and of course with the auxiliary did, the verb is in the base form. Okay, next question: how will you find a job? Same form, question word first, followed by the auxiliary, followed by subject, and then the base form of the verb. Now, in the next sentence, we have the progressive form with the auxiliary are, which is a form of the verb be. And notice that our principal verb is in the progressive form, ing. Okay, this is different from base form with will and did. Okay, so this question is, why are you taking classes at Carlos Rosario? But the form and the order is exactly the same. Same with the fourth sentence, where is she living right now? Same order. Question word, auxiliary, subject, and verb. Alright, let's look at this from a different angle now. What if somebody says to you, I ate something for lunch? Okay, you will have a question about that thing. Okay, so your question would be, what did you eat? Okay, our standard question of question word, auxiliary, subject, and verb. Okay, or the next sentence, she will arrive at school sometime. The question would be, when? When will she arrive at school? Okay, or another one, they are living somewhere now. Question, where are they living? And again, notice that with the progressive, nothing changes, the order remains the same. My brother got lost somehow. Okay, and the question would be, how did your brother get lost? Okay, now let's look at questions about the subjects. So again, if somebody says to you, someone called me, okay, your question might be, who? Who called you? So in this case, we have a slightly different rule in order. We still start with the question word, but notice that the verb does not change. It stays in the past, and there is no auxiliary. Okay, looking at the next one, somebody is knocking on my door. Okay, again, it's a person, and we want to know who. Who is knocking on your door? Notice in the first sentence I use someone, and in the second sentence I use somebody. These two words are exactly the same. There's no difference. Now, let's look at the situation when the subject is not a person, but the subject is a thing, or in this case, an event. Something happened last night. Okay, now here our question would be not who, but what. What happened? Because we're referring to a thing or an event. All right, and the last one is about people, but in this case we know the subject, but we still want more information about that subject. In this case, we want to know how many. So again, somebody says, oh wow, some people died in the car crash. And your question might be, of course, how many people died in the car crash. Okay. Notice that here again, the subject stays where it is, and the verb does not change. Okay, now I would like you to try it. So here are some questions, or here are some statements about things where some piece of information is missing. I made something for dinner last night, so you make the question that would ask about that thing. She put the baby to bed sometime. Okay. Now, in this case, put is in the past, right? This is irregular. That's why I don't have an S on the verb, even though it's third person singular. This is simple past. Okay, next sentence. They are driving somewhere, and he will find a better job somehow. Okay, and then some questions about the subject. First one, someone broke the window. What would be your question? Somebody is crying. What is your question? Something happened to my friend. How do you form the question? And finally, some students are sick with a cold. All right, so good luck. Thank you for studying, even though you're at home and you're not at school, and I'll see you tomorrow.